Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone who do rule and teach well. Shalom, peace and blessings to the sincere believers, the hopefully elect out there listening and learning. It's the brother Azariah, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And the title of this lesson is "This Must Be the End. There's too much going on." So we're going to start off right here with this TikTok video. And brothers have been going into it ever since the reports came out. I mean, they've been talking about this stuff. But just know that the persecution is near. Just know that Esau about to roll on anybody that speaks truth, that speaks against his narrative, his agenda. You see, he about to come down hard. Why? Because he know that he has a short time. This devil sees all of what's going on in the earth. He's getting signs in the heavens. He's seeing chariots. The Lord is sending him, plaguing him with dreams, all different kind of stuff. So this devil know that he on the way out. So in order for him to accomplish his agenda, he's going to have to censor everybody that speaks against his mainstream narrative, you see. So they passing all kind of laws. The scriptures talk about it, that he shall seek to change times and laws, right? That he's going to implement unrighteous decrees that are unjust, you see. Because what Esau is about to do, it ain't fair, right? Because even when you think about it, the men of the Lord, all we doing is preaching the Bible. All we doing is teaching directly from the Bible. We not hurting nobody. We not harming nobody. We just preaching the gospel. That's it. But in this world, under this devil, that's a crime. You see, in this world, that's an offense. But just know, brothers and sisters, that we very close to the end. Prepare yourself for persecution. Prepare yourself to go through that straight gate. Just know that going through this straight gate, it ain't going to be easy. Some of us going to be thrown in jail. Some of us going to be beheaded. We are going to be demonized. We are going to be persecuted. So prepare yourself, build up that spiritual armor, build that spiritual ark that you can withstand in that day. So without further ado, let's play this and be right back.
It's happening, Canada. The Liberal Party has introduced a thought crime bill, aka the Online Harms Act, or Bill C-63. Did you think Bill C-11 was bad? That now prevents Facebook and Instagram from sharing news on your newsfeed if you're a Canadian? Well, this is even worse. Let me explain. With this so-called Online Harms Act, the Canadian government will now have the power to fine you, put you on house arrest, or throw you in jail if you say something that is hateful. Oh, not only that, you can get charged if someone presents information that leads people to believe on reasonable grounds that you might, maybe will say something hateful in the future, i.e. thought crime. You can get in trouble if people...
And real quick, I'll pause it right here because this also goes into that Neuralink. You know what I'm saying? Because part of the function of the Neuralink is they want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what you're going to do at all times. See, this devil's desire, he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to be omnipresent and omnipotent. So he even wants to be inside of your mind to know what makes you tick, you see. So this bill, this is really just a precursor to that, but he's going to do it anyway. This is already in the works for Esau Edom. All right. So there should be no mystery. There should be no debate, because guys want to, people want to debate. Oh, well, who is the biblical Edomite, or the Edomites have been done away with? No. The biblical Edomite is here and working today. And these are the things that they doing. Okay, this is what the scriptures said that the Edomites would do in the last days. You see? So there is no debate about who is Esau Edom. We know who Esau Edom is, and we know that he's a devil. We know that he's the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. Okay, the Most High is going to destroy this race of people because they are created to be the wicked. And in the kingdom of heaven, once they serve 1,000 years, right? Once they build up our kingdom, just like we built up theirs and the other heathen as well. Okay, the only exception being that Esau, he's going to be completely destroyed. Okay, he's going to be burned up and he's going to exist no more. Understand? But once they serve their purpose of being the wicked upon the earth, in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be all righteousness. And there ain't going to be no wickedness. So there's going to be no need for the wicked to exist. They would have served their purpose already. That's why they're not going to exist no more. All right. But hey, Esau doing it to his own people. You see? And the scriptures say, if he that is evil to himself, to whom shall he be good? You know, so that's Esau, man. Like, he's evil to his own kind. He's evil to his own Edomite devil kind, man. You see? Let's continue.
People think you might say something hateful. Have the receipts right here. Everyone who by communicating statements in any public space incites hatred against any identifiable group where such incitement is likely to lead to a breach of the peace, and everyone who by communicating statements willfully promotes hatred against any identifiable group is guilty. Personally, I hate the corrupt bureaucrats in Ottawa, Canada, who are in the House of Commons and work for those people. Is that a hateful statement? Is that going to get me thrown in jail? This will obviously be used by people in power to persecute political dissidents or anybody who criticizes people in the government. Historically, that's exactly how these laws are used and abused. But I didn't even get to the worst part. This part of the bill that reads, fear of hate propaganda offense or hate crime. A person may, with the Attorney General's consent, lay an information before a provincial court judge if the person fears on reasonable grounds that another person will commit those two things that I just said before. This bill is not just about preventing the hate of an identifiable group or communicating such. It's, no. If we think that you might commit a hate crime by hating a group of people or implying that you hate a group of people, then we can also charge you, put you on house arrest, potentially throw you in jail. That's what's in this bill, the Online Harms Act. And it's very, very concerning, Canada, because very few people are talking about the thought crime aspect of this bill. No, they're actually believing the lie being told by the Liberal Party, which is this is going to protect children online.
We have rigorous safety standards for things like my son's Lego at home. Yet somehow, none for the most dangerous toy, not just in my home, but every Canadian home. The screen that is in front of our children's faces.
There are so many layers of bullshit in this bill that people need to realize. First of all, how do you qualify hate? What qualifies hate? They're expanding the definition of hate speech, by the way, which means if you vilify someone or detest someone. Personally, I think Trudeau is a villain. I think he is detestable. This would...
Yeah, and if you speak out against the powers that be, if you was to speak out against Trudeau or speak out against Biden, speak out against Trump and what they're doing, that's going to be deemed a hate crime. That's going to land you in jail. That might get you beheaded, thrown into a FEMA camp. These are the times that we're in. And the scriptures speak about what? In the last days, perilous times shall come, man. These are dangerous times. These are very dangerous times. Like, a lot of stuff is about to come down the pipeline. And right now, people really don't care. They're not watching for stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? They just not watching because why? Life is still comfortable. You see? Life is still comfortable. But guess what? It's not only going to be the prophets. It's going to be your Joe Rogan's. Okay, it's going to be your Glenn Beck's, Alex Jones. You know what I'm saying? Look, you name it. Anybody who's big in the world of truth, bringing out truth and spreading truth, they're going to be demonized. Okay, but really who they want to get is the men of the Lord, because we coming with the true understanding of the scriptures. Okay, which this is really what's breaking this society down. Make no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really didn't start getting into this whole truth thing until the prophets came and started pushing that vibration. But all that they doing is making a man an offender for a word. Isaiah 29:20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Verse 21, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And who is reproving in the gate? Who's constantly drilling this damn devil Esau Edom about what he's doing? Who's constantly exposing and bringing out his hidden things? It's the prophets, okay? We are the ones that are reproving in the gate, man. And this gospel, this truth has reached the gates of the nobles. This is why they talking about shutting down the internet. This is why you had an AT&T service outage about a week ago. Because why? They setting this thing up. They setting up for the grid to be taken down. They setting up for chaos to be unleashed in the streets. They're setting up for mass censorship to be the norm. This is what these devils want, because they can't deceive the people anymore. And you know what I'm saying? That was really Esau's strength. You see, he didn't have to use the sword. He didn't have to use violence to get you to get down with his agenda. His strength was deceiving you, telling you lies and withholding the information from you in hopes that you would never find it or ask questions to think differently. But we're in a time now where the Lord has put a different spirit in the earth for people to be seeking for knowledge and truth, because this world don't make no sense no more. So now people are starting to ask questions like, hold on, wait a minute. I was taught this all my life, but now it's not making any sense. So what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? You see these wildfires happening, what happened in Maui, what's happening in Texas and California. They telling you a certain narrative, but it doesn't add up. There's too many holes in the story for it to make sense. So what people are doing now is they're trying to fill these holes up with knowledge and truth. And it's so profound now to the point where Esau, he getting outed on every platform. YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, different platforms, independent media that's drilling this devil 24/7. You see? Redacted. You know what I'm saying? So he can't deceive you no more. The cat is out the bag. Everybody knows what's going on. It's up. Okay, so now he gonna have to come down with the sword. Okay, now he gonna have to throw you in jail. He gonna have to behead you. He's gonna have to hardcore censor you and then hard reset the system so that no one can have a voice. Everybody's gonna be in the dark, and the only ones that's not gonna be in the dark are the true believers, those that have heard, received, and applied this truth to their walk. Okay, we're gonna be the only ones that's gonna be good when all hell break loose. Everybody else, they're gonna be, seeking for a vision. Let me finish this. Him that reproveth in the gate and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Yeah, so Esau, man, he turns aside the just for a thing of naught. Okay, he says that the prophets, you're wrong. Okay, you shouldn't be preaching the gospel. Okay, your words are grievous. That's what Esau telling us. You know what I'm saying? But we justify before Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? Let me go here to Matthew 5. No, Salakia. Let me go to Revelation 2 in verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So yeah, this is what's coming upon the earth. All right, this devil, he's not gonna just stop what he's doing. See, he's gonna continue on, because the Lord has him in his spirit to be this way. Okay, the Lord has this devil in destruct mode. Okay, and he's not gonna stop until he accomplishes what's in his spirit to accomplish. So yeah, that persecution is coming. The devil is gonna cast you into prison. Now I don't see some red man with red tight spandex on and a pitchfork and a goatee and horns on his head going around throwing people in jail. No. Who got the power to throw you in jail? It's the so-called white man. Who got the power to censor you and demonize the word? Who has the power to put laws in place, to put laws on the books, unrighteous decrees, Isaiah 10:1, to stop you from speaking the truth? That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Ain't nobody else doing it. Jake ain't doing it. Moab ain't doing it. It's Esau. You see? Matthew 5:10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Okay, yeah. So look, Just like the prophets of old were persecuted for the truth. They were thrown in jail. That they were deleted for the testimony that they held. The same thing is going to happen today. All right, the same thing is going to happen, man. But the scriptures say, "Blessed are you when you're persecuted." Didn't they persecute Yahweh Shai? Didn't they persecute the prophets of old for their testimony? Of course they did. So the scriptures say that the servant is not above the master. So if the prophets had to go through it, if Yahweh Shai had to go through it, we gonna have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Every brother gonna have his said measure of what he's gonna have as far as a trial, but it is coming. This is why we have to prepare ourselves in the spirit and gird up our loins like men so that we can withstand in that day. Because the Lord said He's not going to give us more than we can handle. So whatever going to come our way, we know that we can handle it. And that comes with faith and believing, that we can get through it. And it's another bill here, Bill C-367, what I'm saying, which pretty much in a nutshell, it's going to outlaw Bible preaching. All right, let's get into it.
Under Bill 367, expressions of the Christian Bible will now be a crime under the criminal code. Do you think that our government has anything better to do than try to suppress the freedom of expression of religious belief, no matter what that is? Like maybe affordability, our carbon tax, the drug problems we have throughout the country. I think that the liberal government needs to get their priorities in order. Let me know what you think in the comments.
And when this persecution does come, that's when people going to want to know what's going on. That's when people are going to consider and actually want to know the truth. Then they're going to seek the prophets. But right now, they not seeking, people hear the word going out. They not seeking like that because they still have the pleasures. They still have the mirth of this world. So it's not an urgent thing to them to get to know this truth because they don't understand this thing about to be cut off. And like the old saying goes, you don't know what you have until it's gone. You see, you walk past the men of the Lord on the streets. You wasn't searching for the truth on the YouTube or trying to research and do your own due diligence. No, you was in this world. You was in folly. You was in mirth. But the mirth of the land is about to be gone. The scriptures tell you that. Ezekiel 7:26. Mischief shall come upon mischief. Yeah, so mischief is about to come on the earth. It's a movie called Civil War coming out. This is a election year, purge. Okay, purge election year. A lot of sleeper cells are here in America. They're about to be activated at a certain point. So it's about to be a lot of mischief, chaos, and confusion that's going to envelop the land. And rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. And there's also another scripture that say that in that day, when the famine of the word does come, the Lord is going to make the tongue of the prophets cleave to the roof of their mouths. Okay, so even if you do find a prophet in that day, he ain't going to be able to help you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you going to be on your own because you didn't seek while the Lord could be found. The scriptures tell you that to seek ye the Lord while he may be found. So look, man, we're in some very serious times. Like we can't stress it enough. And when these things do come down, that's when people gonna know that they done effed up, that they done messed up for real. You see? Because it ain't gonna be no 911. It's not gonna be no let me search this or let me type this in. No, all that's gonna be gone. They gonna scrub the internet clean of everything that has to do with the Bible, the prophets, everything gonna be going. Any kind of truth that goes against their narrative, they gonna scrub it all clean. And then the prophet's not gonna be able to prophesy to you because hey, the time for that is gonna be done. Okay, just like Noah, he was out there before the flood came, preaching for 120 years. Then the flood came. All them people that ignored the words of Noah for all that time, that was the grace period for them to come back and repent. But they didn't do that. They continued on in the world. So when the flood did finally come, Noah, he had the ark built and he went into the ark, and the Lord shut the doors of the ark, man, so that nobody else could come inside. And we're in that same position today. Okay, right now, the prophets, we building that spiritual ark. And once we get put inside and the Lord shut the doors, when the Lord closes the doors on his ministry, that's it. It ain't no more repent. Hey, you should stop doing this or repent. No, it ain't gonna be no more of that. The time for that gonna be over, okay? Because this ministry only had a set apportioned time. And really, this is me speaking as a man, but I believe that the elect at this point are pretty much sealed. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, every day that goes by, he's pressing this censorship campaign heavily. So the elect at this point have pretty much already been sealed. So this devil, he about to bring it. So yeah, just be aware of what's coming down the pipeline, man. Great persecution is coming. Check this out. Mark Zuckerberg buying up gold reserves as he prepares to flee to doomsday bunker. Something terrible is coming. This is from Planet Today. So these elites, these celebrities, they know that judgment is ultimately coming to the earth, and these quote unquote doomsday bunkers that they're building, this is biblical prophecy that they would do this. Okay, because matter of fact, let me bring it up. That's in Revelation 6 and Revelation 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men. Okay, like I said, these celebrities, Rick Ross, he talking about building a super high-tech bunker. Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Donald Trump. Listen, you name it. If they rich and famous, if they got some type of money, they building bunkers. Okay, so the scripture is spot on. And the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Now, when you see that word dens, that's ancient terminology for a bunker. Okay, modern day time we would call it a bunker or a nuclear shelter or whatever you want to call it. But the Bible calls these things dens. Okay, hid themselves in the dens of the rocks and in the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, which is who? Yahweh, and from the wrath of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. You see? So they gonna go into these bunkers to hide from the wrath, to escape the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But it's all gonna be to no avail, because they gonna get destroyed anyway. Verse 17, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Yeah. When the wrath of the Lord comes upon the earth, who's going to be able to resist? Who's going to be able to fight against the Lord in that day? Nobody. That's it. Judgment is going to come, man. And look, the Lord, he can't wait to get busy. The Lord, he been waiting for thousands of years to avenge his beloved. Okay, he's been waiting for thousands of years to avenge the elect. You see? And that time is shortly approaching. Mark Zuckerberg is frantically buying gold and preparing to flee with his family to a doomsday bunker, according to reports. Look at this damn devil, man. Bugged out. Look like he's seen a ghost. But anyway, Jonathan Rose, the CEO of Genesis Gold Group in Beverly Hills, California, says many of the globalist elites are now hoarding gold and preparing to flee to their bunkers due to something big and terrible that's about to occur. So they know something that the average person don't know. You see, and this goes back to my point. While everybody is out here living in la la land, you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just out here lost in the sauce. These devils is preparing. See, they're preparing for all hell to break loose. Likewise, as the prophets, we're preparing ourselves spiritually for what's to come, because we know what's going on. You see, we have the playbook, which is the scriptures, to tell us what we should do and what we have to look forward to. You see, that's why, as the scriptures say, the world is in gross darkness. They have no idea, no clue what's going on until it actually hits them. When destruction come, it's going to blindside them. You know what I'm saying? Like a 350-pound linebacker just smacking you straight up in the face. You're going to drop, be confused. You ain't going to know what's going on. You're going to perish. Because why? You wasn't paying attention. You wasn't seeking the Lord while he may be found. Rose highlighted how doomsday prepping has become popular among millionaires such as Mark Zuckerberg and Sam Altman, along with pro athletes and other elites. So even pro athletes, they know what's coming. You can't, hey, look, the scripture don't lie. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, man. Okay? They are privy to what's about to go down. This is why they're making carnal preparations to think they can escape. Because why? They sold out. They, you know, pretty much all these people that have all this money and resources and wealth, they worship Satan. That's how they were able to get the riches. That's how they were able to get the fame and the claim in this world. And they know that it was only for a short season, and that season is coming to an end now. So now they're using the money. They're buying up gold, which is really in vain, because the scriptures say that, you know, riches profiteth not in the day of destruction. You know, that they're going to cast their silver and gold into the streets. You know, that they're going to throw their silver and gold into the creeping things of the earth, to the unclean beasts. Okay, bats and moles and things like that, because it ain't going to be no use. It's not going to save you, ultimately. The Golds Group CEO said he has inside knowledge of these people spending their fortunes on gold for prepping purposes. He's spoken to people from all over the country who opened up to him about the truth behind their purchase. You're reading all these stories, and these millionaires are buying gold and buying and building bunkers, and you're like, what the heck is going? I guess it meant to say what the heck is going on. And it's a trend that everyone is doing. Rose explained the reason for the surge in gold purchases is due to concern over the devaluation of the dollar and an overall economic collapse. You see? And what have the men of the Lord been speaking about? Have we not been speaking about economic collapse? Have we not been talking about the end of this current system? We've been telling you this, man. And what's going to replace this current system is going to be a digital technocracy, which is going to be run by the MOT to the B, okay, which is the implantable RFID C-hip that you're going to take in your forehead, which is the Neuralink, or your right or your left hand, which is the Walletmore and other brands of that technology that they have out. But again, they know what's coming. We know. The masses don't know. You know that's you know, hey, that's why the masses going to be destroyed. Reading on, it says, I think these people are realizing that, hey, we don't have a crystal ball per se, but we have a good roadmap, and they are looking at the problems the economy is having right now. Whether they're looking at dollar devaluation or these things called BRIC nations, the BRICS, which are countries banding together to create their own currency backed by gold. The dollar is losing its value. There's just the general economic concern of combating inflation, and that's why many people will move to a safe haven. And it's not just the devaluation of the dollar. That's just one cog in the wheel, if you will. It's going to be civil unrest. It's going to be disease, pestilence. It's going to be the devaluation of the dollar, which is going to breed civil war, which is going to breed civil unrest. Okay. There's going to be natural disasters, judgment from the Lord that's going to be going out. So it's going to be a very chaotic time. Okay. So their solution to this is, let me get my bunker set up. You know, let me go somewhere remote where there's not a lot of people. There's not a lot of civilization. And hopefully I'll be okay, you know. And they think that they're gonna be able to withstand the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but it's all gonna be in vain. All right, let's get some just read some quick headlines from the peoplesvoice.tv. British MP reveals elite told him the Juice Crew will all be deleted of Turbo Cancer soon. So y'all can see this, right? There's already been many reports that came out that said they're seeing very aggressive forms of cancer occur in the Juice Crew. Now, when I say Juice Crew, you should already know what I'm talking about, okay? But the Juice Crew, they finished, okay? And it all goes back to taking heed unto the men of the Lord, okay, to listening to what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua was telling you through the mouth of his prophets, okay? But people did not take heed to that because they loved their life in this world. See, they weren't willing to lose a job. They weren't willing to lose a career, to keep their job, to keep their career, to keep the house and keep the car and everything like that and live comfortably. You went ahead and made a life-altering decision, and now you're going to pay for it, and this is not something that we want to see, but it is what it is. The warning went out. You were thoroughly warned, and hey, every man must reap what he has sown, right? So Chinese government orders destruction of all CV data. Now, I wonder why that would be. Why would they want to delete all the data from the CV? Well, is it because the truth is coming out? Is it because they can no longer push a false narrative? Just saying. British government bombshell. 1 billion Juice Crew people now have VADS. You see? So look, man, the scriptures speak about mass death enveloping the earth. You know what I'm saying? It speaks about a lot of people being deleted. And this is what the devil has set up. This is what the devil has set up, man. Look at this. This is coming from Klaus in the WEF. Billions of useless humans will be deleted and replaced with avatars and algorithms. This is the world that these devils want. And they're actively, aggressively setting it up right now before your eyes. All right. Let's see here. World's top molecular biologist warns of smoking gun evidence that the CV was bioengineered by the deep state. So look, this is stuff that we already knew, but they, now they can release the information because the damage has already been done. People already took the juice, so they can say what they want to say now. Before they withheld the information before the thing came out so that you wouldn't have a good reason to not take it. But now that people have taken it in the billions, which is what they've wanted, now they can release and tell you, we did know that this is what would happen to people. We did know that people would get cancer and they would lose their eyesight, lose their bodily functions. But this is new information now. No, but we've always known. You see, you damn devils. The M to the R you see there are Depop devices. Pancreatic cancer in young women. Look, man, these people are through. Oklahoma police investigating school that forced children to suck toes in front of pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of freaky stuff going on in Babylon the Great, man. This place about to be destroyed. Trudeau praying in public, reading aloud from the Bible is, quote, hate speech to be severely punished. Yeah, we got to get out of here. Yo, check this out. London Theatre bans Edomites from attending shows. Let's see what this is about real quick. This wasn't supposed to be part of the lesson, but I'm curious. A woke theater in the West End has officially banned Edomites from attending a show about slavery in a so-called blackout. And Esau, Esau's about to be banned from a lot more than just shows real soon. Trust and believe that. Pentagon chief warns of direct Russia-NATO conflict. That's that wars and rumors of wars. And speaking of wars and rumors of wars, now rumors are rising that there could be a potential conflict between Russia and China. Let's get into this. Vladimir Putin and China China's President Xi Jinping on brink of war as tensions boil. Tensions are brewing between the leaders of China and Russia over Western sanctions, a source in the Kremlin has claimed. Vladimir Putin and China's leader Xi Jinping have been in regular contact in recent years, especially since the war in Ukraine started in 2022. But now, China doesn't want to fully support Putin's fight or talk about a looming World War III. And this has caused tensions between the nations. An anonymous Kremlin source shared on Telegram that China won't help Russia dodge the sanctions that Western countries such as the United States and the European Union have imposed on them after they invaded Ukraine. The current Russian leadership has a brewing conflict with the leadership of China. This week, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Russian side once again expressed concern about the reluctance of the Chinese leadership to universally assist in circumventing Western sanctions imposed on Russia, the source said. So yeah, this is what Yahushua was speaking of. You know, wars, okay, which we see that the wars are going on right now, and also there's rumors of wars, you see. So we are definitely in those times, brothers and sisters, you know, saying time is short. Get yourself right with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because this devil Esau, he's about to come down with some heavy-handed stuff. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is also about to come down with some heavy judgment. So you don't want to be caught up in neither. Okay, you want to have grace and mercy, even the sure mercies of David in this time to come. You know, this is what we constantly telling you. You know what I'm saying? And I just speak for myself. You know, this more so applies to me than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to make sure that we good too. You know, we got to make sure that we walk in the walk and that we're doing our due diligence as well. You know, but the warning is going out. All right. And I'll end off on this here in John 15. Yeah, John 15-17. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Yeah, so hey, did not the world hate Yahweh Shai? You know, did not the world persecute Yahweh Shai because he spoke against it, that the works thereof were evil? Well, we're in that same stead. See, we are calling out the evil of this world. We telling the people of this world that, hey, you're going to be destroyed. The Lord is going to bring that pride to nothing, you see? And people don't like that. You know, people don't like to be told that what they're doing is evil. They don't like to hear, you know, they don't like to be reproved. But whether they hear or forbear, the word has gone out and your judgment is coming if you refuse to repent. Verse 20, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. So yeah, prepare yourself. Okay, Yahweh Shai is telling us, man, that look, the servant is not above the Lord. If I had to go through it, you're going to have to go through it. You know? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out right here. Hopefully this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, shalom to the elect.